wetland, nature's artistry. Wetlands are a unique ecosystem where water meets land, creating a rich biodiverse environment that can vary from marshes and swamps to mangroves and peat bogs. What are the benefits of wetlands for our environment? Biodiversity hotspots. Wetlands are home to 40% of the world's species, including many that are endangered. They provide crucial breeding, feeding, and nursery ground for fishes, birds, and other wildlife. For instance, more than 200 species of fish depend on US wetland for part of their water cycle. Wetlands perform as water purification. They absorb pollutants like nitrogen and phosphorus. Similarly, Karachi's mangrove forests located along the city's coastal area are among Pakistan's most largest forests of wetlands. They are situated at the Indus Delta and covers over 129,000 hectares, making them one of the largest mangrove area in the world. Importance of Karachi's mangroves. Karachi's mangroves are home to a wide variety of wildlife, including fish, crustaceans, birds, and mammals. Let's talk to Murad Pasha, who's horticulturist and expert in hydroponics. So, sir, I can see the cabbage here, and so can you tell more about it? How do you maintain it?
Okay, so this pond demonstrates 3-4 different kinds of water plants.
Okay.
So there's the water cabbage.
Okay.
These are all aquatic plants. This is one that floats on the water.
Okay.
Then that is the water hyacinth.
Okay.
Can you see that?
Yes.
Come here. You see that?
Okay.
That is the water hyacinth that has purple colored flowers. That's also a floating plant.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Then you've got what in Sindhi we call pan.
Okay.
This is commonly called cat's tails. Okay, in this you will find, this is commonly called the star plant. This is also a floating plant.
Okay.
Again,
Okay, so the water you have used is from the Kurangi or any Mali river, or it's a normal water?
This is normal water.
Okay. Sir, do you believe that it does contributes in, detoxifying the water and improving the water quality?
Does.
Okay.
What you do is you put, say, even the water cabbage,
Okay.
stand it in a glass
Okay.
in clean water,
Okay.
and you'll observe little bubbles coming out of the roots.
Okay.
That is oxygen.
Yeah.
The plant is giving out oxygen.
Yes.
To clean water, one of the things you need to do is you need to oxygenate the water.
Okay.
So for that we even put fountains that throws the water up in the air, and then when it falls down, it's also taking oxygen and nitrogen from the atmosphere. What is sewage water?
Okay.
Where does sewage water come from? So in nature, there is no sewage water.
Yeah. It's human produced.
It's human populations
Yeah.
that create sewage water.
Yes.
They take fresh water, they consume it, and it turns into sewage water.
Okay.
Sewage water did not exist in nature. It's a man-made product.
Man-made product.
The law requires that we treat our sewage water before we send it into the sea.
Okay.
But we are not doing that.
Yeah.
In Karachi, we have 3 sewage treatment plants. Some are working, some are not working. I don't know what their position is now.
More about the sewage waste that we have
It's
to
the
deal with.
sewage waste you have to deal with.
Okay.
You should not be doing this very close to the creek,
Okay.
because in the creek the seawater rises. So you have to do this just behind the creek,
Okay.
where the sewage water comes and it's flowing into. Now if you go and see at Kurangi Creek,
Okay.
you can go and see in the drain just by Habib School behind PIDC. You can go and see the creek. This is the China Creek at the Boat Basin. There is the Naher-e-Khayyam, and there are other creeks, and then all the way up to the Lyari River. Even the backwaters behind Hawke's Bay and Sandspit, there is where the mangroves are growing, there is sewage water over there.
Okay.
But you cannot grow floating wetlands over there. That's a different kind of a wetland.
Okay, mangrove forest, yeah.
Mangrove forest. That is also a wetland,
Wetland,
but that's a different kind of wetland. What you are trying to do is create a wetland, a floating wetland, a constructed wetland on sewage water.
Yeah. Sir, today when I was just looking at the reports we have just got, in two of the reports we have, it was like not deducted. Heavy metals were not deducted. So we have just realized maybe the water sampling was a problem. We took the surface water. I did talk to Dr. Hina. She's a scientific officer of PCSIRW. She told me that in order to collect a proper sample, you need to go, like, you need to take the ship and collect the water and then get it tested.
Okay.
It could be one of the reasons that...
let me tell you that water has different densities.
Okay.
Okay. So there is, the lighter water will be on top,
Okay.
and the heavier water will be in the bottom.
Okay.
The more polluted the water is, the lower it will sit in there.
Okay.
So the surface water will not tell you. What you need is samples from different levels.
Okay.
You've done a surface.
Yes.
You need to do one from the middle
Okay.
and one from the bottom.
Okay. So which drains would you like to suggest? Karachi has 48 drains. And now if we look into the anatomy of Karachi, and we have to understand it, like we just tested water from
Okay,
the creek area. The
I'll
water-
tell you. I'll respond to that also.
Okay.
The water that was tested from the drain that comes out of Shireen Jinnah colony
Yes.
is got very high TDS. Also, that is because there is some RO plants installed over there, which are cleaning the water and providing it to for bottling.
PK Team 22, a pioneering project. I was also part of that project. Committed to transforming Karachi's water in this groundbreaking project. They are introducing floating wetlands to the Kurangi Creek. This innovation solution holds the promise of not only purifying the water but restoring life to the Kurangi River. Floating wetlands are nature's water filters. They act as sponge, absorbing excess nutrients, pollutants and toxic metals that have seeped into the river. Team members are using bamboo structure to hold the plant in this lofty ecosystem. They have a helper who is collecting water pollutant sample from the Karachi Kurangi Creek area, and they will test them in the later phase. Let's talk to the team members who will further elaborate about their initiatives. Finally, we have released the mini floating wetland in the Kurangi water. We will be monitoring for the next 14 days how it is going to react with the water pollutant. We have collected a sample of soil and water from here. Now my team member Aisha will elaborate during the process. So basically the purpose of our pilot test too is to clarify that the water testing we have done before and the reports we have gotten and the secondary research we have done according to the plant proves that water lettuce is suitable for this environment in this Karachi weather. Thank you.
We have finally done the project that is going to be a blueprint. Project are extremely immense. It's going to change. It's going to completely transform the lives of the residents that live in this area, and we are really hopeful on the outcomes.
Karachi faces a significant challenge, severe pollution in its waterways. The drains, the city's nala, drainage channels and canals are heavily polluted, filled with untreated sewage, industrial waste and plastic debris. It is estimated that Karachi produces around 472 million gallons of wastewater every day, much of which flows directly into canals and ultimately reaches the Arabian Sea untreated. This has turned many of Karachi's waterways into toxic, foul-smelling channels that can hinder the growth of wetlands. As climate change accelerates, the importance of wetlands like these has never been more critical. Rising sea levels, increasingly intense storms, and unpredictable weather patterns are putting coastal cities like Karachi at a higher risk for floods and even tsunamis. Wetlands act as natural barriers, absorbing and slowing down storm surges, flood waters, and high tide. Their dense vegetation helps dissipate, reducing the force of water before it reaches populated areas. Studies show that wetland can reduce the height of a storm surge by up to 60% in certain conditions, providing an essential layer of protection for coastal communities. Therefore, we need to protect the environment. If we do pollution, we will lose another habitat. That is our livelihood. To make a real difference, it's essential to embrace such initiatives on a larger scale, inspiring communities and governments alike to prioritize climate action. By strengthening ecosystems like wetland, we not only protect natural habitats but also create resilience buffers against climate impact. PK Team 22 project is a small step in that direction, yet it serves as a powerful reminder that with dedication and unity, one can turn the tide against climate change and secure a sustainable future for generations to come.